Level 1. The first upload. You upload your first YouTube video on a Tuesday night and it collects 4 views, 3 of them yours. Nobody claps at the bottom rung of this ladder. This is where every YouTuber begins. A full-time employee with a channel nobody watches, filming on a phone after work, while the analytics dashboard reads $0.00. First video. Lifetime views. 4 views. 4 views is not a failure, it is a baseline. YouTube hosts your video for free and distributes it worldwide for free, but it pays you absolutely nothing until you earn the reach. The day job. $52,000 per year. Your day job pays $52,000 a year for 40 hours a week. The channel pays 0 for the 10 hours you give it every single weekend. You keep both anyway. You do not buy a camera. A used microphone costs $50. The phone in your pocket already shoots crisp video, and at 4 views the algorithm cannot tell the difference anyway. Channels below us. Poverty line. 96.5%. A 2018 German university study found 96.5% of YouTube channels earn ad money below the US poverty line. You have entered a lottery that quietly punishes almost everyone who plays it. So you study the game instead of playing it blind. Titles, thumbnails, audience retention, click-through rate. The vocabulary sounds ridiculous at your desk job, and it is worth millions of dollars. You upload every week for 6 straight months. Video 43 gets 11,000 views while you sleep, and for the first time in your life, strangers are arguing in your comment section. Level 2. Monetization. 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. That is the gate YouTube built between hobbyists and earners. And tonight, you finally walk through it. The YouTube Partner Program has hard entry requirements. 1,000 subscribers plus 4,000 public watch hours inside 12 months. Most channels never reach them at all. Yours took 8 months of weekly uploads. You flip one switch inside YouTube Studio, and advertisements start running against your videos. Soda brands and car insurance companies are now bidding automatically in real time for your tiny audience's attention. First AdSense payment. $103.62. AdSense will not send a payment until your balance crosses $100. Yours finally lands at $103.62, the price of 7 months of work. Here is the deal you signed without reading it. YouTube keeps 45% of every advertising dollar, and you keep 55%. Think of it as rent paid to the algorithm. Not all views are worth the same money. 1,000 gaming views might pay $3. 1,000 personal finance views can pay over $20 because advertisers pay premiums to reach investors. You picked a money and business niche before you understood why that mattered. Now every video you publish earns roughly 5 times what a gaming channel earns for the exact same view count. Your first full month of monetization pays $240. Your coworkers would laugh at the hourly rate. You do different math, that is a car payment earned while you slept. Level 3. The side income. The channel is no longer a hobby. It is a second job that pays worse than minimum wage, and you treat it like it already pays a fortune. Monthly channel income. $900 per month. 18 months in, you clear $900 a month from ad revenue and your first affiliate links. That is nearly $11,000 a year, earned from a spare bedroom desk. Affiliate marketing quietly outgrows your ad checks. You link the software and books you already use, and every sign-up pays a commission whether the video went up yesterday or 3 years ago. A brand emails, offering $400 to mention their app for 60 seconds. You almost accept instantly. Then you research what sponsorships actually pay at your size, and you ask for $800. What looks like easy internet money is really a second unpaid job. Your friends see a guy pointing a camera at himself and getting lucky. They do not see the 200 unpaid hours a month, the retention graphs, the thumbnails redone at midnight. Self-employment tax. 15.3%. Then April arrives and you discover nobody withheld anything. Self-employment tax alone takes 15.3%, and you learn the first law of business ownership. The tax man is your silent partner. You now work 60-hour weeks between the day job and the channel. Something is going to break, and you quietly decide it will not be you. you start planning an exit. The channel passes 25,000 subscribers and one video clears 500,000 views. Monthly channel income touches $2,000, which is almost half of your entire take-home salary. Level 4. The crossover. This is the level where most people stall forever, one foot planted in a safe salary, the other in a growing business that is begging for full-time hours. You do not quit on emotion, you quit on arithmetic. 12 months of expenses saved, channel income matching salary for 6 straight months, and health insurance priced out before you ever resign. Sponsor integration rate: $25, $50 per 1,000 views. Sponsorships rewrite your math entirely. Brands pay $25 to $50 per 1,000 views for an integration, so a single video with 100,000 views can invoice $3,000. In month 26, the channel out-earns your paycheck for the first time, $4,600 against $4,300. You read the two numbers twice, then again. You walk into the office, you are too afraid to leave and hand over a one-page resignation letter. Your boss asks what the new job pays. You honestly cannot answer him. What looks like ceiling and a floor is really no ceiling, no floor. Understand exactly what you just traded. A salary has a ceiling and a floor built into it. A business has neither, and you have chosen to live without the floor for a while. Your first Monday as a full-time YouTuber feels like a stolen day. Then the fear arrives right on schedule, because every future mortgage payment now depends on an algorithm you cannot control. Full-time hours change the output immediately. 2 videos a week instead of 1, deeper research, sharper editing, and within 4 months both your views and your revenue have very nearly doubled. Level 5. The business owner. This is the level where the YouTuber quietly dies, and something more valuable takes his place. A business owner who happens to publish videos. You form a limited liability company and elect S corporation status. You pay yourself a salary from your own business, and you legally separate the man from the machine he is building. Freelance editor, $800 per video. Your first hire is a freelance video editor at $800 per video. Spending it feels insane. It buys back 20 hours every week, and time is your only real asset. That is the lesson a salary never teaches. Employees sell their time for money, owners spend money to buy time back, then reinvest those hours wherever they earn the highest possible return. Year 4 closes at $248,000 in revenue across ads, sponsorships, and affiliates. After the editor, the software, the taxes, and the insurance, you keep roughly half of it. You hire a part-time thumbnail designer and a research assistant next. Your own job description shrinks down to the 3 things only you can do: the ideas, the scripts, the voice. Your old videos have quietly become employees too. A back catalog of 200 uploads now earns around $3,000 every month while you sleep. A library that never calls in sick. Level 6. Diversification. One income stream is a rope bridge over a canyon. This level is about building more bridges before the first one snaps beneath you. In 2017, major advertisers boycotted YouTube and creator ad revenue collapsed overnight, with some channels reporting drops of 80%. Every survivor learned the same lesson: never depend on a single payer. So you build your own product, a paid course teaching the exact skill your channel is known for, priced at $149, with margins a software company would envy. Digital product margin, about 90%. A digital product costs almost nothing to deliver, so roughly 90% of every sale is gross profit. 300 students in launch week means $44,000 in 5 days. You start collecting email addresses, because subscribers ultimately belong to YouTube, but an email list belongs to you. 40,000 names become the one audience that no algorithm change can take away. By year 5, advertising is barely a quarter of your income. That is the pattern across the entire creator economy. The biggest YouTubers treat AdSense as the smallest check they cash. Total revenue crosses $600,000 a year. On paper, you now run a media company. In reality, you are still one man, and your face is the entire product. Then you get sick for 2 weeks and revenue drops 30% because nothing publishes when you stop. A business that dies whenever you rest is not actually a business yet. Level 7. The brand. The most sophisticated creators discovered something banks understood centuries ago. Attention is cheap to rent out and priceless to own outright. Look at what the top of this ladder actually did. Mr. Beast stopped selling chocolate companies his airtime, built Feastables, his own chocolate brand, and aimed the biggest audience on earth at it. Feastables revenue, 2024, $251 million. Feastables reportedly generated around $251 million in 2024 and made a genuine profit, while the famous video operation behind it reportedly ran at a loss that same year. Prime retail sales, 2023, $1.2 billion. Logan Paul and KSI did the same with a sports drink. Prime reportedly passed $1.2 billion in retail sales in 2023, powered almost entirely by their combined audiences. The lesson is brutal for the advertisers. Every sponsorship you ever accepted was proof your audience moves money on command. At this level, you stop renting that power out and start keeping it. So you launch a real company inside your niche, with an experienced operator hired to run it day to day, and your channel becomes its unpaid, unbeatable marketing department. Your customer acquisition cost, $0. A normal startup burns $30 to $200 in advertising to win a single customer. Yours arrive free from videos that already pay for themselves. That is the entire cheat code. In its second full year, your product company clears $2 million in revenue, and for the first time, something you own outright earns more than the channel that built it. Level 8. The studio. Empires are not filmed in spare bedrooms. This level trades your quiet home office for payroll, a lease, and 11 other mortgages that quietly depend on you. You now employ 11 people: editors, a producer, a writer, an operations lead for the product company. Darman scaled the same playbook into a studio with well over 100 staff. Your monthly burn passes $107,000 before you earn a single cent back. Owners learn to read that number the way employees once read the bottom of a payslip. You launch a second channel run entirely by the team, a test of whether the machine works without your face on it. It grows slower, but it grows, and that answer is worth everything. What looks like one man, one camera is really a 12-person company. Viewers still believe they are watching one relatable man with a camera. They are actually watching the visible 1% of a company with managers, meetings, and quarterly revenue targets. Your calendar fills with hiring interviews, budget reviews, and one-on-ones. You film 2 days a week and manage the other 3. The camera is now the smallest part of your job. Linus Tech Tips climbed this exact rung. From one man reviewing computer parts to Linus Media Group, a company with more than 100 employees, a lab division, and its own products. Combined studio revenue crosses $3 million a year. You now take home more than your old employer paid an entire department. Nobody from that office knows because you never posted about it. Level 9. The media company. At this level, you stop thinking in videos and start thinking in assets. Things that can be valued, borrowed against, bought and sold. A YouTube channel is now a recognized financial asset with its own market. Established channels routinely sell for 3 to 5 times annual profit, and there are brokers who trade nothing else. Spotter, paid to creators, over $900 million. Firms like Spotter have handed creators over $900 million upfront in exchange for the ad revenue of their old videos. A back catalog is now collateral, like an apartment building. Then private equity arrives at the party. In 2024, Highmount Capital invested more than $100 million into Dude Perfect, 5 friends who started out filming trick shots in a backyard. Moonbug Sale, 2021, $3 billion. Candle Media paid a reported $3 billion for Moonbug, the studio behind Cocomelon, a children's cartoon on a free video platform valued like an oil field with decades of royalties. You take the other side of that trade. Instead of selling out, you acquire 2 smaller channels in your niche, install operators to run them, and plug both into your sponsorship pipeline. Your world fills with new species, media lawyers, acquisition advisors, a fractional chief financial officer. The meetings sound nothing like YouTube anymore. They sound like every other 8-figure company on Earth. Your company valuation, $10 million. An independent valuation prices your company at $10 million. You started with 4 views and a phone. The asset is now worth more than every house on your childhood street combined. Level 10. The media empire. The final level barely mentions videos at all. It is holding companies, equity rounds, and a brand strong enough to survive without your face. Study the summit before you climb it. Beast Industries is not a channel. It is a holding company spanning content, snacks, software, and a game show, employing hundreds of people at once. Leaked pitch documents put Beast Industries' revenue near $473 million for 2024. And in 2025, investors reportedly valued the entire company at around $5 billion. The empire formula repeats at every scale. Content earns attention, products convert attention into revenue, and equity converts revenue into wealth that keeps existing whether or not you ever film again. Your version is smaller, and it does not need to be Mr. Beast. A holding company, 3 channels, a product brand, and a minority stake sold to investors to fund 2 more acquisitions. Your net worth, year 12. $24 million. On paper, you are now worth roughly $24 million, and most of it is equity you cannot spend. Wealth at this level is a scoreboard, not a pile of cash. Then one morning, a broker's email lands. The company you were once too afraid to quit is quietly up for sale, and your acquisition budget comfortably covers the asking price. You pass on the deal, not out of revenge, but out of discipline, because it fails your numbers. That restraint, more than any camera, is what separates this level from the bottom one. And somewhere tonight, a first video is uploading to 4 views, 3 of them the creator's own. The entire distance between that bedroom and this office is measured in years of uploads. That is every level of a YouTuber, from 4 views to a media empire. Most people quit at level 3, not because the math stops working, but because the boring years do the filtering.